Oh, shit! Nope, I gotta go. It is an extremely cold morning, but it's quite pretty outside. I'm just walking along the shoreline and looking at the frozen rock pools. Oh, this is the most frozen I've ever seen the rock pools. Oh, look at the pattern on this one. Look at the seaweed through the ice. Isn't that cool? You can still see the stones in this one. It's a shame. I don't think you can really tell about the fog on the water on camera, you know? Yeah. Winter is such a high contrast season, isn't it? You have the really cold whites and then the really dark darks. Well, at least the seaweed will be less slippery.
Yeah, you can see that.
Looks like an ice mushroom. Oh my gosh, the Scottish flag in the sky. How cool is that? I think we should get Mr. Bailey in before he gets too cold. He's very curious about the ice, isn't he? Oh, shit! Nope, I gotta go. And like a kid, I am extremely wet and have to get these off very quickly. Oh dear. It is so cold that I have kept the curtains and the blinds closed all day just to keep the frost out. And I finally have a Christmas tree to show you. But first of all, let's talk about what's happened this past week. We got the final furniture delivery from London, and now everything is officially in Scotland. This was no small undertaking. It was 3 vans. And now I have an impossible amount of stuff to go through in January because there is no way I can get 2 birthdays and Christmas done and all these boxes. The irony is when we moved into our last house, we bought a lot of furniture off the previous owners. We were coming from a very tiny 2 up, 2 down to a much larger house. And when we moved in here, because we were between 2 homes for a little while, we bought a lot of the stuff off the previous owners here. So the reality is we didn't even pick out most of this stuff. But why throw away good stuff? But all of that is a problem for 2025, Laurie. Baby, I think up to the left. This is the one. Now I've just got to walk around and get to it. Oh dear, it looked much smaller on the mountain. Oh my gosh. She looked much fuller next to the other tree as well.
Oh well, she's what we got. I'm glad everyone is here. This is very, very messy. Can I get some help in here? Never mind, I'll do it myself.
What hiking country is?
I think we need to, like a.
We need to put it at an angle like that. As you go, that.
Or should we cut it down a little bit more? Really decorate the top of it though. Okay, well, let's take it out then. Man, you got it. If I did it, you can do it. No. Oh my gosh.
I can't see with it.
Well, that was no small feat. Now to hoover up all the pine needles and have a cup of tea. Was this worth it? Yeah, jury's still out on that, but the little ones love it.
I had to get 2 sets because I didn't think that was really big enough for one. Was that right, you think?
I absolutely think that was right, baby. It's such a tall tree.
Yeah. Do I need to bring a ladder in here?
So we've got the lights on, but it's looking a bit drunk. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've made 2 more with this sort of design, so.
Are you guys aware you're all wearing green?
Because this was a real tree with very large gaps, what I did is we took old wallpaper samples and we made these bows out of them. That way, there wasn't anything too heavy on any of the branches. Plus, it was something we all did as a family. And I do mean the whole family because the dogs kept laying on the wallpaper. But that's okay, because that's exactly how memories are made. So I have always wanted to make one of those orange topiary trees, and I finally found these beautiful urns that I think I can use. The problem is I bought 2 boxes of these clementines and it's not nearly enough. And when a supermarket is an hour-and-a-half round trip, I'm not going back out just to make these. So we're going to improvise. Even though it is absolutely Baltic outside, I went and I collected some of these branches that dry really, really well, so I don't have to worry about them wilting before Christmas. The oranges, however, might be a different story, but I will be sticking some cloves in them, but I will do that later. Anyway, in order to make this, you just take 2 oranges and you stick them on either end of a kebab stick. And actually, that works really well to create this lattice work for the extra branches I'm going to put in the middle. Then I'm using some bay leaves from the tree outside just to stick in between the holes with some of the little bits of foliage I collected. Between the mantle and the snug and all of the other Christmas decorations I made this year, I have never worked with real foliage so much before, but I have to say, I really enjoy doing it. It really demands you to be present and mindful. Now that we're already into the double digits of December, I'm really feeling a lot of pressure. I still have 5 hats to make for the school, and I, of course, have to attach the pom-poms to all 40 hats. Not to mention, I have to wrap everything. Now, don't get me wrong, my husband is a lovely soul and he absolutely helps me out. But that doesn't get rid of that mental burden that's there. Because of the way my brain is connected, I don't just see, oh, I've got presents to wrap. I see each individual present in my mind at the same time. So to me, wrapping presents isn't one chore, it's 50. So, what do you think of my pseudo-orange topiaries? I think these would also look beautiful on the table, although I'm not really sure if that greenery is poisonous, so I think I'll just stick with them in the living room. So we have guests coming for Christmas, and this is our guest bedroom. We didn't have a bed, so we had to buy a bed. You can hear my husband loading things into the loft downstairs. So I guess we are going to get this room ready for... Yes, I guess we're going to get it ready for having people over. See if I can figure out how to put this apron on because I'm wearing real clothes today. I'm not sure I like this look. Not sure if you can tell from the beautiful bags under my eyes, but I had to be social this morning. This morning I went into my daughter's school and I did a little course on photography for the kids there, and I loved it. But wow, am I tired. But I ordered this book off of eBay, Martha Stewart's Desserts. Why? Well, because I'm a self-proclaimed I can't bake, right? But when I made the pumpkin pie for you in the last video, it was amazing. And I gave it to my neighbor who also thought it was amazing. Today I'm going to try to make some cookies. Oh, the birds have decided to join my little mini cooking show. So we are doing checkered board cookies. Though seemingly complicated, these tender cookies are easy if you use a ruler and have a bit of patience. I have neither. Let's see how it goes. One of the reasons I think I have a really hard time baking is because following a recipe is just not something I'm good at. And I know what you're thinking, oh Laurie, it's just following instructions. Yeah, I know. In the bowl of an electric mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, cream the butter and sugar until well blended, 1 to 2 minutes. Paddle attachment. Unfortunately, in the UK, I cannot get butter sticks. They were so helpful when you were baking in the States. So I'm gonna actually have to take a cup measurement of butter, but it is what it is. This is why my recipes never turn out right. Anyway, if you're wondering, 1 cup is nearly an entire block of butter in the UK. You need 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of sugar. I should say that this is salted butter and the recipe calls for unsalted, but I'm just not going to add any additional salt. Now we're just going to blend for a couple of minutes. So this needs a little bit longer, but while it's going, I am supposed to, sorry, that's Bailey. But while this is going, I am supposed to gradually add in the flour And I'm supposed to add in the vanilla extract, the lemon extract, and the salt. So I will add in the vanilla extract. I don't have any lemons, so we're using almond because I love almond cookies anyway. And we're not gonna add the salt because I have salted butter. So, as always, if you're interested in the actual recipe, I'll put that in the description for you. At some point in the life of this blender, I had the fancy cover where you could add things into it without making a mess, but not anymore. So I'm gonna add the flour a little bit at a time by stopping the mixer so it doesn't go everywhere. I lied. Is there an egg in this thing? Yes, but much later. There are people out there who do bake. Is it always this messy, or is this just me? So while it's still crumbly, I'm supposed to turn the dough out, which is fine. I've got to take off my ring. And I should probably clean up this mess around here as well before I start to knead it. Why am I nervous? It's just a cookie lorry. I'm quite glad I substituted the lemon for almond because I think that will go really well with the cocoa powder. Sorry, Martha. I shouldn't have thrown all that flour away. It's sticking everywhere. Now to this beautiful little baby, we're going to add three tablespoons of cocoa powder. Calls for, how does she put it? Dutch processed cocoa powder. I do not have Dutch processed cocoa powder. We've got Tesco's finest. This seems like a lot. They have in big tablespoons. I'll just put like a little half one there. Okay, maybe. I mean, I'm still seeing some cookie dough shine through, so maybe. Do you know what? I think Martha was right. I think I need a little bit more. Don't tell her. She'll get a big head. All right, I'm going to clean my hands and put this apron on properly. Anyway, I'm going to get some cling film because we have to put these between 2 layers of plastic and roll them out. I think cling film is my arch nemesis. Especially in the UK. It's so thin and flimsy, which is so much better for the environment. So I'm only complaining because I'm just complaining. 2 sheets of plastic. It says we need 7 inches. I don't know where a ruler is. Do I go find a tape measure or do I just girl measure? I have found one. I'm supposed to make 7-inch squares.
do it like this? I don't know. I could have used some more info on how to make the squares, Martha. This dough has gotten a little bit too soft, so I'm going to put it in the fridge for a minute while I roll out the other one. And I've decided this is fine. Martha didn't mean you had to roll them out in squares, but you cut it into a square afterwards. Sorry, that's the autism. She should have said that though. Man. Can I tell you a funny story? Today when I was there for the, to do the photography at the school, I asked the teacher how long I had for the first group. And she said, oh, about 22 past. Now, in my mind, it was 9:08 and I was like, oh, I have till 9:22. That is not what she meant at all. I had till 9:40. I had 22:10. But because there was no 10 o'clock in that statement, I took it quite literally. And at 9:22, I asked the kids if they had any questions, and she looked at me. And we had a good laugh about it afterwards. And I went back and did some other things with them. But I just realized when I was trying to roll out the squares, I was like, no, I don't take things literally. I do. I take them so literally. So Martha Stewart did not mean to roll it out into a square. She meant roll it out and then cut it into a square and then cut it into strips. Anyway. I figured it out. Now I need to slice it into 9 3/4 of an inch wide strips. Now we're going to whisk together an egg and a tablespoon of water. Never in my life have I done anything like this. Now we lay down more plastic and then we start to build the cookies. So we were supposed to make 2 different logs and I put it all in one. So we're going to put this in the freezer and just hope for the best. So I cleaned up while this was in the freezer. Pretty rock hard. Let's slice it and see what happened. They're not great, but oh well. Now we're going to put these in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes at 350. Bailey, you need to move, baby. Can you move for Mama, please? Over here, come on. Yeah. Yes, please move. I will feed you in a minute. No, 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 stay away from the oven.
While these are a little bit more abstract than a checkerboard, I can confirm that the taste of this recipe is absolutely spot on. Wow, this was a long one, but thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.